And we're live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Titch TV, Titch and Geezer's Friday night chat along. We were just talking about the weather over there. So still jacket on.
Yeah, jack's on for another 6 weeks, I'd say, mate, and then start heating up again.
Does it get hotter during the day, or because obviously it'll get warmer?
It's a lovely 22-degree days every day. You know, you go out walking, you can go out in. I could be in a pair of shorts in half an hour for the rest of the day. You know, if I want to be. Yeah. So it's just that mornings, the overnight cools right down. It's nice, really. You know what I mean? Because it's so hot during the summer at night. Yeah. It's nice to have them cool nights. Sleep better. Get up, it's fresh. Yeah, Kieran loves it. He prefers the cold than he does the hot. Yeah, surprisingly. He loves that weather. So he's happy. He was off to work this morning at 5:30. He left. Well, yeah, exactly. That's all you do. Even when you work in the winter here, you might be in a pair of tracky bottoms for the first hour, and that's it. You're in shorts for the rest of the day. That's it.
Lucky the did you watch the Germany-Scotland game?
Yeah, I got up, mate. I was behind it. You know, I was chasing it, and I was flicking, you know, just to catch up on it because I thought we were going to start at 7 my time.
Yeah.
15 minutes made it easier for me to watch it all.
Yeah,
and
it would be.
And it's very predictable, I suppose, what was going to happen. But Germany looked good, man. They look good. Musiala, he looked tidy.
Let me just. Good evening, Robert. Thanks for tuning in.
Hi, Robert.
Good evening, Walito. Thanks for tuning in as always. Hey, Robert. Good evening, Inky. Thanks for tuning in as always. You three. Yeah, I scheduled it late. I kind of forgot. So we never know who's going to sort of turn up straight away. So yeah, I'm glad you lot are here. It's been 10 o'clock every Friday, but you know it's a little bit later. But yeah, appreciate you lot. So Musiala, he could have represented England, couldn't he?
Could he?
He could have done. Yeah, I think he was born here. I'm not sure. It's funny because earlier on when they was playing, I googled it because I'm sure he could have played for England. So I don't know whether he's got English parents or he was born here and then moved over there. But yeah, he could have. England wanted him, but obviously he chose Germany.
Wow. Yeah, he looked good. Gundogan as well. You know. You see the golfing class between the two teams. You know, you're playing a basic. I'd say that's a championship side. You know, against an international team of Germany. And
opening game,
exactly. Even though they're Flowers of Scotland at the beginning, so I watched that because I love that. I mean, it's my favourite anthem. It happens to be Scotland's, but Flower of Scotland is a great anthem. And my God, that stadium lit up when they were singing that. It was brilliant.
Yeah, I didn't see the start. I was out on the scooters with my son, so he wanted to go out.
Right.
So yeah,
I always love that. It really is. I mean, if you want to get people up for a game, mate, that is a great anthem. You know, God Save Our Queen's a bit dire. The Australian one here is.
Can you remind me of the Scottish one? Because just hum it. Can you hum the tune?
Oh, Flower of Scotland.
I know. So I missed I got in when it was probably 5 minutes till half time, and then I had it on and I was just doing bits and bobs. But but that was it was a funny own goal from Rudiger. Did you see that own goal?
I was laughing, mate. On Rudiger. I hadn't done a finger on all game. They dominated the whole game of Rudiger. What a header.
That was great.
He must be gutted. He must be gutted. For fuck's sake.
Keeper had
they've not even been up there. You know, I've not been in their penalty box and I've scored one for them.
It was weird how it came, you know, got through certain people, then it hit him. Yeah, it was a bit of a... Robert says, guess who got Scotland in the sweepstakes?
Well done, Robert. But this is the crazy thing about the way they're doing these tournaments now, though. They could end up with one win, Scotland, and still progress.
Yeah,
it's a possibility. Being, you know, the worst thirds or whatever they are.
Yeah,
you know?
I would imagine. I don't know. I ain't done the maths in regards to the groups, but probably 4 best third place will go through. I don't know how. I'm assuming it'd be probably about 4 of them will go through. And I heard them say that they're not doing so. The goal difference So that result doesn't really matter too much. They're doing it different this year. It's
All right.
if it comes down to goal difference, it's about your head-to-head with the team that you played against, rather than today they lost 5-1. So if Scotland finished level with another team, they look at their head-to-head to determine who finishes higher, rather than the overall goal difference. So that result there didn't really, they lost, but it could have just been a 1-0. It had no bearing on the goal difference, really.
All right. I don't know how it works.
They're doing it. I heard them say. So that's how they're doing it for this tournament, at least. It's more based on your head-to-head with someone. So we'll see. Hey, Inky. Hi, Wally. Yes, they said it on TalkSport. He must be talking about Musiala. Yeah, when he first came on the scene, I remember about 2 years ago, they was talking about England wanted him to play for them. Robert, I don't know if you want to check how he can play for England, or how he could have played for England. But yeah, he could have represented. I don't know if it's through.
Oh, mate, if it hadn't said that, fucking Grealish can't even get in the squad. So with Southgate, he might not even picked him. So
yeah,
he's probably doing the right thing. He's playing for Bayern Munich, isn't he? So he's probably doing the right thing, playing with Germany. But so you look at that German side there and how they played, you think, wow, they've got a chance of winning it, being the home team as well. But like I said, it's relative to who they're playing, and that's a championship side at best. That Scottish team, a lot of heart in there, but there's not enough quality. Nowhere near enough, man.
What I would say is this, though: if England was the home team and we played Scotland, England wouldn't beat them 5-1.
No. More than likely not, Razor. More than likely not.
So so for me, that's what makes it a kind of a wow. That is it's a big result, because I know England would probably get a 1-0 or a 2-1 against Scotland at home. But
it's amazing how we, especially in England, we write off players at an age. Yeah, there's Tony Cruz in there. His 110th cap, and he was running the show like a fucking quarterback. And then they bring on Muller, 130 caps. They got plenty of experience in there, as well as great young players, man.
Right, Inky said it was very sporting of Germany to give the Smellies a goal. Rudiger thought, you know what?
Yeah.
And then he said Musiala played in England's team from under 15s to under 21s. Yeah. So I think he was. I don't know if he moved out there or. Yeah, I don't know whether he learned his football in England. I don't know. Was he at Man City? I don't know where he was.
Where's the German connection? Is one of his parents German, or?
I don't know if he moved out there at an early age. I just don't know.
Interesting. I don't know.
I want to know where he learned to play. Was it in England or in Germany? But I've got a feeling it was in England until, I don't know, 14 or something like that. I don't know.
It must be England if he's in the under 15s and under 21.
Unless he was out there, but because of his parents, he could play for England. I don't know, but I'm sure he learned his football in this country, I think. And I don't know if it was Man City. Here we go. Chelsea and Southampton.
Fucking hell. Never knew.
I didn't know. I didn't know it was those clubs. I knew he was English. So I wonder if he was. What do
you reckon that? Musiala. What do you reckon that country originally from?
I reckon it's a West African, maybe. I don't know, but Musiala. But then it sounds a bit French. I don't know, but I just think he moved out there, and after 4 years or whatever, he can represent them. I think he moved out there to Bayern from maybe Chelsea. I don't know.
Wow.
Oh, he was born in Stuttgart.
Born in Stuttgart. Must have moved to England and then maybe went back. Okay.
Thanks for that, Robert.
Cheers, Robert. Man of knowledge.
Inky says, always an education with you guys.
Here's it from it here.
Yeah, thanks to Robert.
You don't get it from us, Inky.
But yes, you can't have them all in international football. And you're right. Would he have played along with Foden and Bellingham? And probably not.
Probably, exactly. I mean, there's such a plethora of English attackers, especially left wing and right wingers. He probably still would have struggled to get in. Who knows?
He says he's nicknamed Bambi. That's Musiala's nickname. Wally asked, is Kura on the German squad? Is he still on West Ham, or did we sell him?
I think we have sold him. I think Wally, he's it. he's available to be picked for Germany. I'm not sure whether they brought him or not.
I don't think so.
But
Let me check.
I think we definitely sold him. He's gone.
I don't think he's there, Wally. I'm going to check though. Let me just check whether he was in the squad tonight. I doubt it. Line up. Nah. And normally here you can put all your squad players on the bench, can't you? So
yeah, I think so.
He's not. His name's not there because I can see on their bench they had 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well,
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 plus the 11. Yeah, that's the whole 26. No, he's not there, Wally.
Yeah. I don't think he never even took Goretzka, I don't think, did he?
Goretzka's not there, no.
Yeah.
They had 3 Dortmund players on the bench. Emre Can, who came on and scored. I think the keeper should have said that. Craig scored a good goal. And Schlotterbeck, the centre-back. So they was all on the bench. All Dortmund players.
When it Florian Wirtz, right, scores the first goal.
Yep.
As he does. And again, another record. The youngest player to score an opening goal in the Euros ever.
How old is he? Let me check that.
I don't know, but he's the youngest ever scored the opening goal, I think.
He's 21. Florian Wirtz. You know, Leverkusen had 1, 2, 3 players in the starting lineup. So I think that's probably
Tar, didn't they?
Tar, Wirtz, and
the Andrick in the midfield. He was kicking everyone.
Yeah.
He was there. So
yeah, I was right. Nigerian father, so West African father, Musiala, and
German mother. Right.
Yeah.
So and they must have moved to England, and now he's come back to Germany.
Raised in England from age 7.
Okay. Interesting, eh? Mummy could have missed out on, but like I said, he had a great game.
I would say he's definitely more German than English then. So, you know, his mum's German. He was born there, came here at 7. So yeah, but you know, obviously, once he would have played for the England nationals because it was not just convenient, but it's it was just a natural thing, probably. But
yeah, it'd be a natural thing. You get picked for it when you're living in England, and there's loads of English players went all the way to schoolboys, under 8 and never played for England. Went off, played it elsewhere.
Yeah,
yeah. It's all about whether you've got a route to the first team, and if you don't think you have, go somewhere else.
So look at this. He played England under 15. He played Germany under 16s, and then obviously up until under 21 played for England. So yeah, but to be fair, I would say he's made the right choice. You know, if your mum's German, you was born there. Your dad's not English; he's Nigerian. So yeah,
exactly.
And 7 years old as well. So yeah, he's
The only thing he got there with England, he lived there for a while.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's fair enough.
Fair enough. Right, let's talk about West Ham. I've actually made a signing. Is it Lewis Guilherme? How do you pronounce the name? Guilherme? Guilherme.
Yeah.
The Brazilian expert, I can't remember his name, who spoke about Paqueta when we signed him. So he told me, all I need to know, and it's all come true. He says that most of his appearances have been off the bench this season. He's only scored 1 goal.
Yeah.
And it's going to take him a while to, really adjust to the Premier League. So 25 mil is a lot of money for West Ham to be spending, isn't it?
Yeah, it's probably going to end up near 30 mil with all bits and pieces. But it's a punt for the future, guys, without a doubt. But this boy, them 3 we mentioned last week, they've been touted since the age of 12 that they'll be the future of Brazilian football. They stood out so much, all 3 of them. And he's one of them. And so it is one for the future. It is a lot of money to spend, but like I say, in 3 years' time, he could be worth 80, could be worth 90. I do believe that if he goes on the trajectory he's been doing since he was 12 years of age.
Yeah.
So they've been, like I say, they've been going on about him for the last 6 years. So he hasn't made it yet. I don't think he's going to be a starter for West Ham. I think he's a boy you bring on and see what he can do. He's another right winger with the left foot who can play as a 10.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's one for the future. But like I say, it's a lot of money to risk.
for West
You know,
Ham
for
as
a
well.
young
A club like West Ham.
But you know what I mean? If all the reports are true, you know, maybe it's not such a risk.
Yeah.
But I'd say he's going to take a while to adjust. He's moving over to London with his girlfriend and his mum and whatever. So he's moving the whole family over. So it's great for him.
Yeah.
I'd imagine, you know, they come from fucking humble background.
Yeah.
He'd be made, wouldn't he? Whatever wages they're paying him, who knows? But I'm sure 50 grand a week would be a lot more than he's getting in Palmeiras.
But because I don't know what discussions people have had, you know, in the West Ham fan. Obviously, I don't watch YouTube, but do you think the fact that Lucas Paqueta's there made it a bit easier for him to sign for West Ham?
Yeah, I see the interview he did when he signed. He done a West Ham put out an interview, and he was saying more. Yeah, but it was Emerson. Emerson contacted him on his Instagram or whatever.
Okay.
So he'd been talking to Emerson. More so.
Okay, because Emerson's obviously Brazilian, but he represents Italy,
Yeah.
right? But the reason why I didn't know that, but what I was saying was the fact that Brazil's number 10 is at West Ham. Do you think that
he did mention him as well? The guy said to him, "Oh, he's going on about Emerson. He's been great." He talked to him, and he said, "And Lucas Paqueta." He said, "Yeah, great. Can't wait to meet him or whatever." But Emerson sort of reached out to him, which is a good thing. Nice for him.
Right, let me read this. So Musiala lived in New Malden and Croydon, both right next to me. Lallana has left Brighton and gone back to Southampton, and they've just obviously come back up, haven't they?
Yeah, I knew that was his last game, Lallana, at the end of the season. He was waving goodbye when he got substituted. He's finished there. He's got to Southampton. Yeah.
Right, so another talking point is Erik ten Hag is retained his place as the Manchester United manager. So we'd have to believe that winning that FA Cup has kept him in his job. Yeah,
you'd think so, mate. Weren't sure that it was going to, but I suppose you could look at it this way. What's he been there? 2 seasons. He's won 2 trophies.
Exactly.
He's won 2 trophies in 2 seasons. Jesus God, that's serious success of that being at West Ham.
Yep.
So maybe he deserves it. And like I said, that one, he didn't go and beat Wigan.
Yeah,
he beat the champions, mate. You know, the treble winners of last year and the Premier League champions this year, and he beat them. And so maybe they've done the right thing. They stick with him. It might get better. It has to. It has to get better than what it is.
It's funny you said it because, I was thinking before we came on air, we need to speak about Ten Hag, but I was also going to say it may have been different if he had beaten a Wigan or a Fulham or someone in the final, because it was Man City and it was a well-deserved victory as well. Maybe that's somehow convinced the majority of people, because I don't think everybody was backing him that makes a decision, but
probably not. No,
but surely the majority.
I think he'd be that manager that was, some will be for him, some will be against him. Well, that because it hasn't been good enough in the league. It really hasn't. I suppose there's similarities to West Ham's thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
With Moyes, you can do all right in a cup, but what about the league? It's their bread and butter. The Champions League really is where Man United should be. A club that size, the money they've got behind them, and everything they bought, they should be up there in the top 4.
Yeah.
And they're not. So I think that's what they judge. Maybe that's it now. They'll give them one more season to hit that top 4 minimum. You know what I mean? That's going to be it.
Do you think?
And maybe he needs that.
Do you think they looked at him for, all right, he won the Carabao Cup, he won the FA Cup. By winning the FA Cup, he's taken us from the Europa Conference into the Europa League. Can he go out, win that, and get them? Is that their aim? Get us back into the Champions League, either through the league or by the Europa, go and win that Europa League. Yeah,
absolutely. Because I remember whatever that year that when he was at Ajax, I watched how Ajax played football then, and they were brilliant in the Champions League that year. They should have got to the final, and they should have won it. And they fucked up in the semi-final.
against Spurs.
Yeah, really cocked up. They were so good to watch, man. And that's when I was touting him for West Ham. So this is the boy, mate. This is the kind of football I want to watch every week. And that hasn't quite worked out with Man United, but maybe next year we'll turn it round. Who knows? 3 or 4 more signings. Release that. The fuck Martial off, Robert. Yeah. So, and like I said, he came into a real fucked up situation as well with Man U, didn't he? And you had Cantona there. Not Cantona, fucking Cantona.
I was going to say Cantona, was it?
They had Ronaldo, he's having problems with him and whatever. He sorted a lot of it out. So maybe that one more season could be his season. You know, if you go back to all these managers that we regard as great, they don't all start off, winning. You know, Alex Ferguson was fucking a game away of being sacked at Man United before he took it on. And Pep didn't start by winning leagues and whatever. He built it up and got there. So I don't think Klopp did either. So maybe next season's his season. We'll fucking find out, mate.
Well, it's sort of it's refreshing. I don't know what their reasoning was for keeping him, but at the end of the day, football, you don't remember who finished second or third or fourth, or you remember who wins trophies, and in 2 seasons he's won 2, and he's progressed in regards to the trophy he's won. He won the Carabao Cup, but obviously the FA Cup is more prestigious than that. So he's got a better cup this year and got them into a better competition by winning that. So you're not going to remember who finished where. And if he went and won the Europa League, you know what I mean? You think, fuck me, he's progressed again. Exactly. And then they're in the Champions League. So, the opportunity's there for him. We'll see. Yeah. That game definitely. There's some great players at Man United as well. This is the thing. There's a lot of talent there, man. Just got to tweak it about a bit. His defence has been his problem. Yeah. You know what I mean? From injuries and probably lack of form from certain players. Maguire's not been good for Man United this year. But Varane was injured for a long time. He played Johnny Evans at centre back, for fuck's sake. He only came back to Man United to train and keep fit. Yeah, and then he ended up. I think they've given. Have they given him a new contract? I swear I saw something written. I swear I saw an article that said they've signed him for another year or something. I think that was like a couple of days ago. I'm sure. Maybe for cover. Good evening, Malk. Thanks as always for tuning in. Glad you could join us. I'm sure they've given him another year. Had to give Haag another season like Arsenal do with Arteta. There's another one, Robert. I mean, there were fucking Arsenal fans calling for his head. They really were. And he turned it round. They might not have won it, but they bloody pushed them 2 seasons. Close. Right, I'm just going. Just something that happened during the week. I think Portugal played their last warm-up game before the Euros, and Cristiano Ronaldo scored 2 of their 3 goals, which means he scored, I believe, 130 international goals. And he should have. I watched the highlights of that, Google. I didn't see it. He should have had more. And he should have had a hat trick near the end. Yeah, put one in the side netting. Broke through and put it in the side netting. You'd normally score it, 130 goals. So you watched the game. Did he look off the pace? Did he look like an old man, or did he just, he just look like a one? No, just some of these passes through the Irish defence is fucking unreal, man. He just looked as good as ever. His goal. I saw left-footed where he done a step over, cut him, banged it. I saw that. Yeah. I didn't see the other goal, but that was a good goal, man. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? he turned him inside out, defender, mate. Made him look pretty average, yeah. Because is he 3 months younger than Wayne Rooney? Don't know that. I think I think because like they always put it up now, like where Rooney's now. He's not playing. He's whatever. So they put just images and say, "Oh, would you believe that this guy is actually?" I think Ronaldo is. It's crazy though, isn't it? They played together. Rooney's retired a long time ago. This guy is still going. He's entering the Euros. Right, it's a freak of nature, really, isn't it? Fuck me. How can he still be going and still fucking scoring goals against a poor Irish side? To be fair, but
still. The boy's still out there. Like I said, we write these players off at a certain age, don't we? How can you do that? Look at Messi and him. Fuck me, man. You look at Toni Kroos, you look at Muller. They can still do a job, man.
Yeah. And Modric, another one. Wally says, will he start for Portugal? That's a good question. Surely.
I'd say so, mate. I'd say so.
Who's wait, is Roberto Martinez in charge of them now? Is it him? I think
I don't know if he still is. No, I don't.
Remember he was Belgium, but I think he's gone to Portugal. Let me check.
Yeah, I don't think he's there. Watching that game, I don't remember any cameras going on him, or I would have recognised him straight away. But no,
one sec.
I don't think it is him. No,
no,
could be wrong.
No, it's not. No, I've got to go to fucking Belgium, idiots. Portugal, one sec. Portugal. Portugal squad. Yeah, it is. Roberto Martinez is their manager.
It is. No, I never went to.
Remember, so he was at Belgium. Obviously, he's gone to Portugal.
All right.
I just think, him being the manager, I think he's probably smart enough and wise enough to know that really you kind of have to start Ronaldo just for the harmony around the place. Yeah, I think he as a manager will pick Ronaldo to start.
Yeah.
I think if there's a game if they won the first two group games and he knew we can lose this and still top the group, then he would maybe put him out. Yeah, but I think Martinez probably wants to keep him on side. And he's obviously still a fucking top player, isn't he? But
still, he can turn something, nothing into something. It's one of them, isn't he?
Thanks, Robert. Robert says he keeps himself mega fit. Yeah, I think he's driven by legacy. He's driven by he wants to leave the game and know this. Everything I've done is you ain't breaking that.
No one's breaking it. No.
No. All records are there to be broken, but I think he's trying to say in his mind that's not true. That's once I've set these records, they won't.
It's never going to be beaten. Yeah, that's what he wants, man. Right, and like I said, for someone to keep themselves that fit, for to that age, man, he's got some determination. It really has. Fuck me.
Yeah,
he's fit as a fiddle and all. Exactly. There's not an ounce of fat on him, is there? It's just he must look after himself to perfection.
Yep, he does. Yeah, really does. And that's in regards to his fitness, his diet. He probably gets the exact amount of sleep you need to get. He's probably got that down to. You understand? I think everything possible. Right. Malk says, was it Lampard Senior played for the Hammers till he was 40? Did he?
Yeah, I think he did, Mal. So did Billy Bonds too. He was 40. I think Billy Bonds was about 42. Billy Bonds played for West Ham.
And Billy Bonds was playing in the Division 1 at that age? Or was
between Championship and Division 1, but I'm pretty sure it was when he retired. I can't say that for sure when he retired. But I'm sure he was at least 42. He might even be 43.
But back in the day, was there a lot of Billy Bonds type players that played into their latter years?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, I thought
there was a lot of players played older, without a doubt. But you haven't got you never had the fitness levels that the teams have now.
Yeah.
That's why I think people write off older players quicker, because they can't compete with the 25, 26, 27-year-olds because their fitness levels now and their diets and the sports fucking bullshit.
And all this shit. Yeah, they can track and monitor everything.
To the ultimate. Their fat content, everything's measured. Everything. Well, back then it weren't like these guys. Not that Billy Bonds did, because he was one of them. He was a fitness fanatic, Billy Bonds.
Yeah.
Because I've heard old ex-West Ham players saying now on the training field, they do a cross country. He was the first in nearly all the time, even when he was about 38, 39. He was fitter than most of the young guys. He always looked after himself. He never really drank or smoked or anything like that. He was a fitness fanatic. And that's why he lasted so long. He had that. He didn't need that all the sports scientists to tell him. He was doing it himself. So he competed with it. In the training, they reckon he was second to none when it comes to the training.
Let me just, it might be, Was Billy Bonds? Was he at West Ham? He weren't at West Ham his whole career, was he?
No, he started at. I think we brought him over from Charlton.
Okay, yeah, because I didn't think about how long was he at West Ham?
Oh yeah. From then on, the rest of his career.
Because I remember when I was
a young lad, a young guy from Charlton. Forget what age he was.
So was he a pro at Charlton?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Young.
Yeah. We brought him over, and so next 25 years or something, he was at West Ham. 20 odd years.
Because I remember, when I was growing up, he was still playing. One sec. Good chance. Yeah, Portugal do have a good chance. I put Billy Bonds first, but then questioned myself, said Malk.
All right. Yeah, no, they both were. Like, both went to the end.
Ronaldo, Fernandez, Silva, Diaz. Who else? Portugal. They've got João Felix, Cancelo.
Yeah, they've got a side.
Leao. I think somebody put up a thing. You know when they put up the starting 11, but then they've got their replacements underneath them, so they're showing like in every position. They're covered. Gary Speed played till he was 40, I believe. He was 40, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Ryan Giggs, 41, I believe. Was he 41?
Yeah, he's another one, wasn't he? He was a fitness fanatic.
I think he was about 41 gigs. Look, both Welsh as well. Speed and
there was a lot of goalkeepers back in our day that played in their 40s. Remember that? Yeah. Remember who was that Coventry keeper?
Oh, Agrizovic, Steve Agrizovic.
There was a couple, and the one even before him.
Oh, I don't know that one then. I know.
Yeah, there's another one. Agrizovic was one. Yeah, that's definitely one. Yeah, there was a lot of them went on late. But like I said, the fitness levels have changed now.
Yeah,
you can't for a lot unless you are a Ronaldo or a Billy Bonds, you're not getting away with it. You've got to be up there, man.
Right, here we go. It says 18 years. Bonds was at West Ham longer than that, wasn't he? Maybe he means.
I thought he was. Yeah, for sure, more than that. Because
even if he came at 20 and played until 40, that's 20 years, obviously. But he played till 40 something.
Robert's normally right, but I thought he was longer than that. Robert.
Oh, here we go. He's put it here. Charlton 1964-67, West Ham 67 to 88. So 21 years.
Yeah. 21 years. That sounds more like it,
yeah.
Right.
Long time. Oh, but Peter Shilton or Stilton.
Shilton, yeah. Yeah, he went on forever, didn't he?
This is a question, that I've asked this before, maybe, but like, was Gordon Banks a good goalkeeper?
Brilliant.
I know the save from Pele and that, but I'm saying like, was it? That weren't just his save, was it? Like he was a good goalkeeper.
Yeah. Do you know the irony of that? I remember I think it was a League Cup semi-final against Stoke.
Yeah.
And right at the end, it went through about 3 fucking replays. It was always replays back then. We had a penalty at the end of the game to win it, and Jeff Hurst stood up, took the penalty against Gordon Banks, and smashed it. And Banks somehow got a fucking arm to it and sent it over the bar.
Oh,
and Stoke eventually beat us and got to the final.
Did they win the final that year?
Can't remember. I can't remember, but
was that after the World Cup?
Yeah, well after, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good. Now Jeff Hurst was good at penalty. He just smashed them like a bit like Ray Stewart. He normally scored, but Banks fucking saved this one. That got us to the final,
with no gloves on.
Yeah, but I don't think they did on them little cotton things. If he did have them on, probably none. That big heavy ball as well.
And Gordon Banks, did he have something wrong with his eye?
Yeah, he did have a funny eye. Gordon Banks, he did, yeah.
For his whole career?
I think he was partially sighted in one eye.
For his whole career?
I think so, yeah. As far as I know. Don't know, that could have been the reason he got it. Maybe he was in a car crash, I don't remember. That rings a bell. But that save against Pele, it's just so iconic. That 1970 World Cup, wasn't it? I think in Mexico, was it? Was it that one? I think it was.
It's in 70, yeah. It was definitely. Was it Mexico? I'm not
sure.
What
save that was. I mean, Pele does everything right, head down, straight down on the line.
And then
And
he gets
he
it from all the way down
scoops
the
it.
line over there.
Some
Crazy.
say. Yeah.
And back in the day, those balls were heavy as fuck. So it's not even like you
Heavy,
can just like a volleyball, just get up there. That's fucking medicine.
Medicine balls, yeah, well, especially when it was wet. They they were. When you got hit in the thigh with one of them, fucking hell, you knew. You know what I mean? Woke you up.
Right, Malk says, did Bonds become manager? Yes, he did. Thought he was there about 30 years in all.
Yeah, he was there for a few years on the manager bench till Harry Redknapp came in and stabbed him in the back. Got rid of him.
Yeah, what's the story there? Like, what happened there?
And they sort of brought Redknapp over as like sporting director or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it weren't going too well, whatever. And then next thing, they asked Billy Bonds to go up into the boardroom and let Harry take over. And he weren't fucking happy about it. Now, Harry Redknapp's one of his best mates. Remember?
Yeah.
Fucking. So, Bonds fucked off and said, stick it up your ass.
So that's how Redknapp became boss through that transition there.
Yeah. Redknapp disputes that.
Yeah.
Doesn't. Yeah. But he has always been a dodgy fucker, Redknapp. I remember that. He's dodgy as fuck. And now Billy Bonds never talked to him ever again. Never talked to him ever again.
Manager 1990 to 1994.
Was it?
Yeah, so obviously played up until 88. Was still part of the club. Yeah, he didn't leave 88 and come back in 90, did he? He was always part of the club. Was he? When he retired in 88, between 88 and 90, was he still part of West Ham?
I don't think he was.
So he was
not sure. To be honest. He might have been. He might have been with the youth and whatever. I can't remember. But yeah, they made him manager.
Banks. Robert says Banks continued to play with one eye. Banks. Right, Mount says Banks was superb. I used to go down Leicester in the 60s and watch him. And yes, they won the cup. And yes, in a car accident. So they did go on to win
I thought that car accident was in the back of my head there, Mal. Thanks for that. Had it in the back of my head. Yeah, maybe it was a car accident. Yeah.
So it wasn't his whole career then, or was it?
Well, obviously not. Oh, presume not. But yeah, maybe I think it was a car accident.
But then, maybe it was. Yeah,
but
before that.
Very similarities to me, guys. I'm basically blind in one eye.
Are you? But like since when?
That's up to debate. When they found out when I was 7, 8, or 9.
Oh.
Yeah, if I shut one eye, this is just a blur. This other eye, the right eye.
Yeah.
And they found out, and they thought that I'd been smacked in the head with a brick or something that scarred it. Because I went up to that big place. What's it? Moorfields, isn't it, in London?
Moorfields.
On one big machine, and they done it back then. Had a big machine looking, and they said I got a scar right across the retina. So they thought it could have been because I remember in the garden, me and my brother build barricades and throw bricks at each other, stones and whatever. And I got hit a few times.
Yeah, shit.
And we thought it was that, but about 10 years ago here, I went to get new glasses, and this guy, they got these new machines now. You put your eye, and they do a scan on them, don't they?
Yeah.
This retina scan, whatever. He said, I told him about it. I said, look, I only need the fucking glasses for one eye, really. But so he scanned it all for me, and then he said to me, he said, when you were young, did you have dogs? Before you were born? And I said, yeah, we've always had dogs back then, always had. He said, because I told him I think I got hit in the eye, but we don't know. And he said, look, there's a good chance that there's some parasite that lives on a dog that can get into the womb.
Shit.
And when it does, it attacks the fetus or the baby, and it always nearly goes for the eye, whatever that soft tissue is in the eye. But normally, he said, you are fucking unlucky. I said, yeah, I'll be right. He said, it normally goes around the eye, the outside, but this thing's gone. This is his theory anyway. He said, this has gone right across your retina and left the scar there. He said, that's what I think's happened.
I think he's probably right because one, he knew you had a dog, or he assumed you had a dog, and two, you can't really remember anything. Whereas
No.
you know, but surely your mum would have maybe got cut, bleeding, or like something that would have been significant where they remember when the brick hit him. But so maybe he's right. Like it might be that.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, so I said, well, it was a theory. It was only 10 years ago he told me that. I went, well, no one's ever come with me to that. So it could have been that. So I might have always been born with it. So who knows?
Right. Mark says, good winger, though, Redknapp. I liked Johnny Sissons.
Yeah, him and Johnny Sissons. Yeah, Redknapp was good. On the right.
Johnny Sissons. And, right, who's that? And Iris, I liked. What is that, Robert? Is that spelled correctly? I've not heard of. I've just read Willie's comment. Right. What is that? And Robert says, and Iris, I liked. Or is he spelled that wrong? I think about a player because Mark said about.
Johnny Iris. Johnny Iris.
Was he?
Yeah.
Was he West Ham as well?
Yeah. Remember the name, Johnny Iris. Another winger, I think, Robert, wasn't he? Johnny Iris.
Oh, he's put it here. Sorry, look, he did put it here, Johnny Iris.
That's it. Yeah. Fucking hell, that's a name from the past, Robert. I would never have brought that name up. You saying it?
I've never heard that name. Read that comment if you can with your bad eyes.
Miss Alabama, God, I've got to look at her, Wally. Fuck me swinging.
Do you know what?
The fuck is that about?
Do you know what? Straight after the show, Wally, I googled or YouTube, whatever, Miss Alabama, sent it to Giza. I didn't check out Maryland because you told me it's a dude, so I'm not even checking it out. So I checked out Miss Alabama, and she's built like a fucking a truck.
No, I watched a couple of them reactors on it. You know, Officer Tatum. That does it. The ex-cop, the black guy that does.
What's his name?
Officer Tatum.
Oh no, I haven't heard of him.
No, you haven't heard that one. Right? He does, and he done one about this. And he showed us some of her TikTok shit as well. Oh my God, it's frightening. Now, she looks good in that red dress compared to that TikTok shit. The fucking gut. The gut is 3 foot out, right? From her fucking body.
So she's wearing one of those fucking things to keep her
right.
shit intact.
But to be fair, he did say this pageant, whatever you want to call it, isn't the main one. She isn't really Miss Alabama, right? Because there's an official one that gets you to be Miss America or Miss Universe. This is one of them offshoot ones that everybody's included. And it showed you the 3 or 4 girls. There was a plumpish, I would say, black girl. That looked really, really nice. She looked nice.
Yeah, big bone.
And the other girls are fucking models.
Yeah.
They picked this fucking Alabama. Are you mental? I'm mental. I'm not going to knock the poor girl because she's probably a lovely girl. But they're pissing in her pocket to tell her that she's Miss fucking Alabama. Come on. Come on, girl, for fuck's sake.
I want to know what Lawrence has got to say about this from Auburn, Alabama. Is he endorsing this?
Headlaugh foot. Unbelievable, man. They're kidding these people, though. They really are kidding them.
But here we go. Malk says, no, it wasn't. I think it was when he was at Stoke in the 80s. Tried to come back, but clearly wasn't a great success. Talking about, I think, Banks. So maybe the eye injury was later on in his career, I think.
Yeah, maybe. I'd say so. Yeah.
While he's laughing. Banks coached Shilton when a young lad, then Shilton became #1 and Banks moved to Stoke. So he...
yeah. Is that how it works?
Leicester, isn't it? Both at Leicester, weren't they? Yeah. Oh, shit. Right. What's this? Hate speech says, we fought the wrong enemy, General Patton. Okay, what am I missing here?
Don't know.
Oh, look. Someone's... And then they've put... Oh, shit. I'm in live chat now. Like, okay, yeah. I don't know what this means, though. What does this mean? We fought the wrong enemy, General Patton.
He might have the wrong channel.
Wait, what's his? Is that West Ham? As he's Can you see his profile picture? It looks like he's got Skeletor there, but I can't see. Let me go larger. I don't know if that's West Ham. Works makes Schneid. Works makes Schneid. But anyway, thanks for tuning in and taking part. But yeah, I don't get that. We fought the wrong enemy, General Patton. Oh, sorry. He says we shouldn't have fought Germany. Oh, here we go. Sorry. General Patton is a war hero. We shouldn't have fought Germany. And then Wally's put, should have fought the Soviets, maybe? Question mark. Let me go back here too. The Miss Maryland is the legitimate one, though. Oh shit! So that one is the proper one.
Fuck it! Oh god! You don't have to Google that now. We're out to sell Miss Maryland. See the beard on it.
Yeah, and that's the proper one. And he's won that one.
Oh Jesus!
Hey, that's gave it away. No wonder he says some of us are on 0 to twat. Don't see the 5 in front. New scorer needed. Hold on. 5. What have we missed? What have we missed there? What have we missed there? Oh, we're talking about your eyes. Hey, there we go. Sorry, Mark. I thought you'd writ something in the comment section. Right, here we go. He said, hey, that's gave it away. No wonder he says some of us are on 0. The twat don't see the 5 in front. New scorer. You're not up for the job. Yes, Zionist hates white Christian men. Zionist hates white Christian men.
No, I don't think so, mate. No.
Played the last game in the state. Okay. Gordon Banks played his last game in the United States, 1977 to 1978. Wally was there with him. Work sets you free on the work sets you free on the top, and the rest are Jews. Bad taste. On the top, and the rest are Jews. Bad taste. Right. You Jews use mass immigration in white countries to make us a minority. Moving on.
I don't think so. He's a weird. He's a weirdo. I support Israel. Fuck it.
Oh God. Yeah, let's let me
Yeah.
where are we?
Do one with him.
Wait.
Well, he does say his name's hate speech, so there's nothing he can do there, I suppose.
Right, that's that done. It's up with a child. Right, here we go. So anyway, what were we talking about? A lot of that went over my head. I was kind of I didn't really.
Yeah, well, he's talking about.
Yeah. Right. Where was we? 1 second.
Fucking Miss Alabama.
Miss Alabama.
Fuck you.
Before we get back onto Mr. Alabama, no, Mr. Maryland. I saw another article from Patrick Vieira. I didn't read it, all of it anyway. No, it's just like a quote. He was saying how when he was at Juve, everything was proper. They used to eat together, sometimes get to training 1 or 2 hours early, sleep after training, in the complex and all that, like proper, everything professional. So he came to Arsenal, and what he loved was it was completely different. People going out for fucking beers and shit like that. Like he said he loved that. He said it was more relaxed, but when it came to being serious, whether it's on training or in a game, they obviously had that. He said, but he actually loved. I think he liked Juve, but he said he loved it when he came to Arsenal, and it was more relaxed.
Social side of it. Was that pre Wenger?
No, Wenger was there when he came. But didn't Wenger bring him to?
Oh right. Fucking hell, I wouldn't have thought you'd be like that under Wenger.
Yeah, because I know, but obviously out of hours and once they leave that training, but he said
more social.
Yeah, and then he said something about then the English ones would drink. He said then they would go home, maybe from the nightclub. He said then we would party. So I think I think that's what he said. So so they would even like you'd think like Tony Adams and them getting drunk and that night's over. No, he said then they'd go home, then we would party. But it's good to see someone like that who's won it all, but he's like, you know what, the professionalism at Juve, yeah, but he actually enjoyed the fun as well as the winning. And you know, you would never have known on the pitch. You'd have thought that they was like trained like a military because of the way Arsenal were at that time.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna get onto Miss Maryland because obviously everybody is here now. Was here last week, and Wally informed us that Miss Maryland is actually Mr. Merlin, and he's just let us know that's the proper competition. So I'm gonna try and find a image and post it. 1 sec.
Where's Maryland? Is that in California or Florida? That be California.
Is like Maryland. Is that like near Baltimore?
It has to be in a real democratic state.
Miss Maryland is the first Asian American and transgender winner.
Jesus.
Right. So
ticks a few boxes, doesn't it?
Asian American and transgender. So Asian, when they say Asian, they normally refer to like Chinese, Filipino. You know, in this country, when we say Asian, it's more like Eastern, like.
Yeah, people make that mistake about Asians, but Filipinos are Asians. As you're right, you know what I mean. So Japanese, Chinese, fucking India.
Yeah,
Pakistan.
But I'm saying, in this country, when we say Asian, we normally are talking about Pakistan, Bangladesh, or India. But in America, they're talking about either Chinese, Korean, or so. I'm gonna assume it was a. Yeah. Okay.
Could be anyone. Could be could definitely be Korean or Filipino.
So that's the first, isn't it? First Asian American and also first man.
Yeah, it ticks the boxes for these fucking lunatic lefty woke people.
Oh, here we go. Maryland is next to Pennsylvania. Baltimore is in Maryland. Okay, I knew there was a connection there. Okay. Baltimore is in Maryland.
Yeah.
Cheers, Rob. Meant to put 70s. Right. So let me Google. I'm gonna put it in here.
Oh, don't. We might like it. We might think it's nice. It being an appropriate word.
Let me see her. Accept. Right, where's the images? Images. Okay, let me put this in here. Let me save this. Right, you lot, this is, football. There's not much. I know the Euros started, but this is just because let me just put it in it. Even if it wasn't a transgender, she's all right. Like I would have thought there would have been someone better. Let me just put it in. I thought he would look better. Let me just put this in here. I don't know if you're up to date on this. What was the American Australian the swimming where the guy won? And apparently I read another article where they said they've changed the laws now so that can never happen. Where remember that guy took someone's place or whatever. Like what?
Yeah, in America. Yeah.
Yeah. What was the name of the person?
Oh, I remember that. Riley Gaines was the swimmer that spoke up about it, wasn't she?
And what was the transgender's name? Because apparently, has he been banned from doing that now or something? He can't.
I think he's been banned for qualifying for the Olympics.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, which is right. Fucking crazy.
Right. So, 1 second. Overlay. Why won't it let me put it in? Photo. It's not letting me. It won't let me put it in. So yeah, there you go. You lot. Oh, here we go. It won't let me put it in. It says it's got to be anyway. Right, Leah Thomas is.
That's it.
Is that the lady?
Yeah, Leah Thomas.
Or is that the man?
No, that's the man, I think.
Yeah. So Leah Thomas, they've said, he can't compete in the Olympics, innit? Now.
Yeah.
We spoke about this, and it's just a topic of conversation because now things are changing. So we spoke about this when we first started on this channel, and we was called, all the names under the sun. But now somebody who's actually went through a competition, Leah Thomas, they're now telling that person, actually, we've made a mistake. You can't. You understand? It can't happen. So is that hate from the Olympics committee or whatever, or is that just common sense?
Well, maybe somebody's seen common sense or see the backlash. I mean, you're going to the Olympics now. You're competing internationally, and I'm sure there's a lot of bloody countries that wouldn't go in the pool with a transgender. Especially a lot of Muslim countries would object massively to this happening. And what if this Leah Thomas stuck a world record on there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're ruining women's sport.
Yeah.
So someone had to come to a decision. This can't happen, especially internationally. You want to fuck about in your own fucking states and back this shit, that's down to them. But you can't have it internationally. Too many people object to it, for fuck's sake. It's embarrassing.
Swam for University of Pennsylvania, which is in Philly, very liberal school.
Of course it is. Has to be.
Here we go.
For this shit to happen, it always happens in these democratic liberal states. It's mental. Absolutely mental. Look at what's happening in universities in America now. These fucking... I started laughing the other day because I was watching one where I demonstrated all these stupid white privileged fucking students in one of the top universities. I think it might have been UCLA. And they had the rainbow flags there, gays for Palestine. Do you fucking realise what that means, you stupid bastard? They'd throw you off a fucking building, cut your throat before they'd even look at you. Think they'd let you fucking fly your rainbow flag in Gaza? Shut the fuck up. You fucking... This is how ignorant and stupid these people are. Fucking ridiculous. I just can't understand it. It's like turkeys voting for Christmas, you know? Yeah. You're fucking mental. You're mental. This is people fucked in the head with ideology, not common sense. No ideology. Their ideology. Oh, for fuck's sake. And if you ask any of them, when they start chanting from the river to the sea, right?
Yeah.
I'd just go, right then, what river? What sea? They won't know what river it is. They don't know what sea it is. It's the River Jordan to the Mediterranean, right? That's the answer. They don't know that. They don't know what they're fucking saying. They're just jumping on a bandwagon of, oh, this is cool, because all the lefties and the wokies, they support this, so we will. Fucking idiots, man, honestly.
Yeah. But Mark says, there was a runner who finished before the girls got halfway. Did I see that video? And I think I saw it. And they were saying, I think the Hodge twins.
I saw it. Yeah. Sure, it's about 50 meters in front of everyone.
Yeah, I see that now.
It was 50 meters in front of everyone.
And then after the race finished, nobody was like congratulating. He was just like doing his own. Yeah, that's the same one. And that's the thing. By allowing this, you're actually isolating the transgenders, because the video I watched after this guy had won the race, nobody wanted to, congratulate no one. He just looked lonely because obviously people were thinking this is bullshit.
Of course, you had people booing in the stadium.
Yeah.
When they got the award, booed it.
See, is that good for that individual?
Because normal people realise it's a farce. Yeah. It's an ideology-based fucking agenda that these liberals are putting through, and it's mental. It's mental.
Leah Thomas was ranked like 400th as a man, switched to women's and crushed them, and took somebody's place in the nationals or whatever. Yes, lost a legal battle to ban him from elite women's races. Right. So Robert, that's the thing is, I'm gonna go back to this. Malk, you might not have been here. Inky, on that particular day, we got onto this, and we was told that we are scum, morons, hateful. Change transgender and put black or disabled, and I'm thinking when all we was doing was stating the obvious: women's sport is under threat. Right now, I'll tell you this. Yeah. Let's say there was no such thing as transgender, and it was just men infiltrating women's sport. We would be speaking out, and now what are we against men when we are? You understand what I'm saying to you? It's just like, and I use an example. If Tyson Fury Now, look, he's had his first defeat, right? Let's say he says, actually, I'm a transgender now. And look at the size of him. He's a massive heavyweight. Remember, after 14 stone or 13 and a half, you're a heavyweight. He's like 18, could easily be 20 stone, right? If he decides he's going to be a female boxer, who's going to watch that massacre? Who's going to watch him kill a female in the ring?
You're going to see a death you'd see a death in the ring. That's what you'd see.
And it would be in the first, depending on how he wants to play it, in the first 30 seconds, it's a death in the ring. Would it take that for us to now, the people that are asleep, wake up? You cannot have men v women, right? You can't. And yeah.
That thing that said, was Robert talking about the athletics last week, the mixed one with 2 men, 2 women. I think that's a great idea.
I love it. And, you know, we're way behind, obviously. We're 4 years later, but I do love that concept. I love the concept of
that's still fair. It's fair on everyone. You know what I mean?
I love the fact that, you know, I've always said on here, like, where could, you know, darts, men and women darts, there's no advantage for men. None. The only thing is they've probably been playing for longer historically, you know, but there's no physical advantage. Pool, snooker, they are other things that and I'd love to see that. I'm not, you understand? I was there, like I thought I was stating the obvious, like we need to protect these women and not just their sport, so it's their sport, but protect them in regards to their well-being, because it's happening, you know, in college basketball. I see some transgender boy snatching the ball, and in that game, like 4 girls got injured. I think 1 girl got a nose broken, and eventually the coach said, "We're not doing this."
They walked off. Yes, they're not playing.
I've got daughters. You know, my little one is 4. Let's say, for instance, she gets into sports, and if I turned up somewhere and there's, you know, and she's 10 years old playing football, and there's a boy there claiming to be a girl, she's not playing. I don't want my girl getting a broken nose, and you understand? That's not for girls. Girls are not. You understand? So it was Harmony who said that. Inky, scum, moron.
Yeah, Harmony called us scum and fucking all sorts.
Yeah, on this channel as well. And you know, you see, like, I've got no issue with, you know, people to be who you're going to be. There are things where, you know, I believe there's agendas and trying to push things, whatever, but, you know, be who you're going to be. It doesn't bother me, like, seriously. But we got onto this in a light-hearted thing where I was, you know, I watched the Hodge twins again, and they said it was like, you know, would you rather sleep with a 1 out of 10 female who looked like Hulk Hogan, or a transgender 10 out of 10 who they use Megan Fox as the example? That was, you know, it was just light-hearted. That's how we first got onto it. Then we got into this, the Leah Thomas, the swimming and stuff like that, and I didn't know about that. So I'm like, So we were just speaking up for what I believe is just so obviously wrong. But yeah, you know, and now it's funny how the same people that took advantage of this loophole are now being declined. Actually, no, you can't compete in the Olympics and that, because come on. So Inky, all we were saying is, you know, really what they should do, because there are now a whole new wave of transgenders, they should just, you know, create the same way they have disability sports for them, and rightly so. You can't put a Paralympic footballer against able-bodied. It's not fair. So therefore you have to create, you know, if you want inclusion for all, you got to create. Boom. So you do that. They've done that. The disability football, and there's elements in that, blind football and amputees. There's loads of different elements. They can't all go together because it's not fair. They can't all compete. So that's all we were saying, which is, I think it's obvious. I think you shouldn't even need a conversation for that. The conversation only come about because of how ludicrous it is and what's happening. Now, we're speaking to an audience of 10, 20, 30 maybe. So it's, you understand? And we're not speaking this to appeal to the masses. We're speaking because it's like, it's now happening. And we're like, we're going to speak about it, obviously. Like, what the fuck? And it's funny. Another example I use is, you know, Erling Haaland, if he decided to, you know, he'd dominate the women's game. Joey Barton, 6 months later, he comes out and says, you know, because obviously he's got his own opinions on whatever. And he said, you know, if he didn't have children, grown children, he would actually go through that year process of claiming to be a woman, and he would go in the female game and dominate.
Yeah, and dominate.
So, yeah.
Just makes a farce. It's a farce when you think, mate, that people are getting banned for drug testing, getting kicked out of the sport, but you're allowed to go into a women's race with a big fucking cock and balls and win, and it's okay.
Do you know what?
How mental is that?
Right, I'm going to say something in a minute. Hawk at sea, he'd go to bed with a cow dressed as a horse.
Well,
You know what?
well,
Inky, yeah?
animals are different.
Do you know what, Inky? You know when you said at the start of this chat, you know, you learn stuff on this channel. I learned when we first started speaking about this, yeah. I learned because I was so naive, yeah. I thought that any transgender competing in female sports had his penis cut off. I thought that. Then I learned from Kieran, no, that's not the case. They still got. I didn't know, and for me, that was even more like, are you? I thought, you know, they've done all of the hormones and they've had that removed. They've committed to the cause. You know, I'd respect that more. I would
don't have to be full transition.
I didn't know that, you lot. So maybe there's one person, maybe not, maybe it's just me being these transgenders that are competing in women's sports have still got their penis. And I'm not trying to be crude.
See, Riley Gaines, she was the swimmer against that Leah Thomas. She came out and fucking talked about how uncomfortable she was in the dressing room. Well, this guy's walking around with his cock hanging out.
Oh, is that true? Is that what happened?
Yeah. And
okay, you look.
But no one was allowed. They were told not to talk about it.
So
to the press. But she broke ranks and went, no, fuck this.
So let me just reiterate, you lot, yeah? Right? And, you know, this is just like common sense. So Riley Gaines, whatever her name is, she lost out to third place in the national qualifiers or whatever to Leah Thomas, who previously was ranked 400 in the men's, switched to a female and took her place. Now I'm learning that Leah Thomas was walking around the female change room with her penis out. And they've been told you can't come out and speak about this.
No. And there was another competition there where they both had the same time, Leah Thomas and Riley Gaines, the same time, and they gave the trophy to Leah Thomas with no explanation to her. Why? They had exactly the same time, but they gave the trophy for the photo to the transgender. So there's an agenda there. There was an agenda to promote it.
That's bad.
Yeah, it's fucking bollocks.
That's bad. You need to watch Charlie Dirk. He ripped the uni idiots to bits. Have you heard of Charlie Dirk?
No, I haven't heard that one, Mel. I've watched a few about these fucking uni idiots, especially the ones that go around and question them in the unis. Makes me laugh because they're just so fucking triggered.
Charlie Kerr. Charlie Kerr, his name.
Oh, yeah, Charlie Kirk. I have, Mel. Yeah, I have. Yeah, he's very good. Very smart boy. Very smart boy. Yeah.
It was in European athletics this week. It was in the European athletics this week. What happened in European? What was that?
God, not another one in there. What's that? Oh, was that one about 15 meters in front of everyone? Probably.
Oh, that's that one. Okay, no, that's something else I saw then, Robert. The one you're talking about, that must be more recent.
Be, yeah,
mine was like a uni or like 16, 17-year-old, like a boy, but he just smashed them. I take no notice of any of that crap. Not changing my life for feeling. I say what I say. If you don't like it, piss off. Yeah,
absolutely.
You know, like, and the thing is, you know, there is definitely such thing as hate speech, and when you're just speaking about the obvious and you're trying to protect. Fucking hell.
Well, look, we're the crazy thing. We're protecting women here and getting slagged for it
by a woman.
You know what I mean? Years ago, it used to be fucking we were anti-women. If we said, well, we're trying to protect women's sport.
I would say this, you know what? You lot, now that we're here, I'll say this. I've said it was Harmony. I was on disabled team with Kieran, and we got onto women's football. And I said, look, I don't watch women's football. It just doesn't, like, you know, same way I don't watch League One. I don't watch. Do you understand? It just doesn't interest me.
No, I don't know.
And I'd already said before that when I used to watch tennis, I prefer watching women's tennis, not because because they're more attractive, but you get more rallies, it's more entertaining. But I do like both men and women's, right?
Yeah.
She then accused me on air when I'm sitting here of I'm sexist. She told me I'm sexist because I said I don't really watch and like the
Same,
team of
exactly,
women's
yeah.
football. It just doesn't,
Oh,
I've got no
brilliant.
interest in that at all. But yeah,
Yeah.
I became sexist for that, you know, and now I've got to defend myself whilst we're doing a live stream because I'm not going to have that. You understand? You're going to tell me I'm something when, well, I'm clearly not. You understand? Would I make sexist jokes and all of that? Yeah. Or would I laugh? Of course I would. Like, you know, I'm a man. Like, I'm not no fucking. But at the end of the day, where possible, this whole women's sport and that is that's not acceptable. Like, you could be like the whatever, you know. That's not. Come on, man. I shouldn't have to say that. It's ridiculous that men are competing in women's sports where the physicality is a, you know, it's going to give you an advantage. Right,
Yeah.
Mount, 100% correct, Titch. Don't let them brainwash you. Exactly. No way. And like I said, each to their own. But when it's an agenda and all that, which is clearly going on it. Watched Lawn Bowls this week. They was mixed.
Yeah,
Okay,
that-
yeah.
yeah.
Lawn Bowls.
That's
I've not
always been like. I used to watch a bit of lawn bowls back a while, especially in Australia. It's a big thing here at lawn bowls, really big thing. And they do mix because there's no physical advantage in lawn bowls. You know what I mean? It's how good you can roll that ball and get it to the jack. That's all it is. So it can be mixed.
All
That's
right.
another good sport
What
to do it.
about what about 10-pin bowling? Would that could be mixed, couldn't it?
You would think so.
Because
You'd
I'm not,
think so.
yeah. I mean, obviously
Yeah,
the man is probably, but really that could be mixed.
Yeah, it's
couldn't
not
it?
all
The
about
power's
power.
not really-
It's all about
Nah.
accuracy. So yeah, I'd say it could be.
You know what I would,
Yeah.
and I swear to God, I would love to see a woman come into a sport that was always men's and dominate. I would love that. You know, like a snooker
Yeah.
or the
Yeah,
darts.
it
You know,
would be good, wouldn't it?
and I would love to see a
Oh.
cocky woman as well. You know, like I'd
Yeah.
love it. You know, with character. So in the interviews, you know, like where this is pissing off them. I'd love that. But you know, there's a time and some things just can't be. You can't mix certain things. You just can't do it.
As long exactly. As long as they haven't got cock and balls,
Yeah.
then I respect it.
People are starting to
Well,
push
so
back on.
we had this conversation, right, about golf. I believe some of them women golfers are just as good as a lot of the men. A lot of the men, they're brilliant. They're brilliant. But why they can't compete with the men is distance. Again, physicality. They can't hit the ball anywhere near what these men can hit it. You know, it'd be 100 meters behind them. So that changes it. It's hard for them to compete. They're as good as a lot of the men and women golfers. They really are. They've got skills coming out. When they get around the green, they're as good as. They're putting, everything. But the distance off the tee is why they can't compete against men. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
That says it all about the physicality in the sport.
Right. Good point with the drug testing, Geezer. What did you say again about this? You said that earlier. Something about the drug testing.
It's saying, like I say, you get people banned for drug testing, yet they'll let women.
Yeah.
People call themselves women and compete. What the fuck? It don't make sense. It don't make sense. What drugs are they on? Fucking hell.
Do you know? One sec. Let me read the comment. Let me get to the comments. And I like the triathlon mixed races. Triathlon mixed ones as well. Yeah. Has that always been going on, or is that quite fairly new as well?
I don't know. What's a bit probably always going? I don't know. Be hard to see a woman in a triathlon compete with a man.
See, look, Malk's just stated the obvious. There's no women in sport with a penis. It's a man.
It's simple. That's
Exactly.
that. Is there any more to say than that?
Yeah, and you know that's stating the obvious. You understand? We've got to a point, but where look, Wally said this. Is what I've noticed. Like I said, Wally, I'm not on social media and all of that, but I see certain little articles, and when I saw that, people are starting to push back on it, and rightly so, because if they didn't, but this is what's going to happen. You know, when they push back, eventually we get back to normality. But in the process, people like us that are just saying the obvious, hate speech and all of that shit. You understand? When it's far from that. If you think there's not going to be a few little jokes and that in between, of course there's going to be. Like, we're all adults here, we're all men. There's always going to be some jokes, but it's definitely not hate speech. Like, and the fact that people try and tar you with that hate speech, like, you understand? That's the shit that really pisses me off because it's far from that.
Look.
Fucking hate speech.
The fucking, as soon as you say anything that you're either homophobic, and you know that's the first one.
Yeah,
it's always then to be homophobic, you're scared of.
Yeah,
gay people. I'm not scared of gay people at all. I've met lots of them through my life. Been all right. I don't think the gay people. I don't think this is doing them any favors. This shit. Because people when people start getting anti against something like transgenderism in women's sport, you know what I mean? They start getting anti-gay.
Yeah.
And it's not their fault. It's just the fucking lunatics that are pushing an agenda to see this. There's a good point there about Piers Morgan made about, in World War, you might have one day a year, Remembrance Day, about these boys that fought in the war at a very young age and died.
Yeah.
On one day. Yet you've got a Pride fucking month.
Yeah, I saw that.
Why the fuck do we need a month? When it was just a Mardi Gras for a day, having one big one in Sydney, there's one in Brazil, there's one in America. Fine, do your thing, go out there, have your day out. Why does it have to be a month?
Yeah, whole month.
This is all agenda pull. A month of what? I'm disgusted that the England team, again, when I say with football, shouldn't get involved in these fucking situations, wearing a rainbow fucking captain's badge. What? You forget, you don't need to. It's virtue signaling at its best. And it shouldn't happen. Like the Premier League should not have had BLM on their fucking shirts. Don't get involved in politics and shit you don't even look into. You go with the flow. You want to be popular. Look at me, I support BLM. Look at me, I support the gays. You don't give a fuck about the gays. You just virtue signaling and make your brand look better to everyone. It's bullshit.
You know what?
Absolute bullshit.
The hypocrisy, though, with the Premier League and other football authorities is that a player is not allowed to lift up his shirt and have any sort of political message or anything like that. You'll get in big trouble. But yet, as an organisation, they can promote these. You understand?
promote a political message.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
What is that? And I told you about BLM when I looked into their manifesto and everything else. It's fucking frightening. You do not want to be associated with BLM, right? What if an Eastern European team put a right wing fucking message or candidate, on their shirt, or a party on them, supporting a real right wing? There'd be fucking uproar, mate. There'd be absolute uproar. The BLM are really far left wing. They're fucking anarchists. You can't. But yet the Premier League thought it a good idea to fucking put it on their shirts and take a knee. Yeah. All wrong. Don't get involved in that shit. Nothing to do with you. But there you go.
Right. Thomas is like 6'4" with all equipment, but in the women's changing room, 6'4".
Yeah. And in the women's changing room. This is the biggest issue. This is the biggest issue. That boy out of Canny, Rebel News, who are a right-wing fucking, what do you call them? Politically motivated channel, right? Rebel News. But the guy went to a meet there in Canada. Now, Canada are the worst. Canada are worse than anyone for promoting this shit. All of Canada, right? Especially with that fucking weirdo they've got in charge. Trudeau, whatever his name is. Trudeau. Now, he went to a meet there and followed the fucker, who was a transgender, with his cock, and they had 3 dressing rooms. Yeah. They had men's, they had girls. Now, this is how mental it is. This guy's about 30-odd.
And he identifies as a 12-year-old girl or something like that.
A 15-year-old girl he identified as. So he was swimming against 15-year-old girls.
No, it's younger, I think, but yeah.
Whatever, 15, 13, that thing.
Yeah.
And winning, and then he had a mixed change, whatever they call it, a mixed
or something. Yeah.
No, he went into the girls' changing room. He went into the girls' changing room. Now, if you're not thinking that guy's got mental issues, he's got mental issues. He thinks he's a 15-year-old kid, and these people to allow him to play that out. Fucking hell, man. Yeah. I was any parent there should be fucking ripping him out of that dressing room and fucking bashing the shit out of the cunt.
So yeah, I watched that as well. So this guy was 38 or something like that. He was competing with the 12, I think it was 12, 13, 14-year-old girls going in their changing room and declining the mixed or neutral, whatever. And then after that, when he sees he scurries off into his car, even though he's a 13 or 14-year-old girl, gets in his car. I didn't think they could drive that young in Canada. And it's fucking insanity. And insanity. Yeah. Anyway.
It's insanity. It's insanity.
Of course it is.
What world are we living in? That's allowed to happen.
Yeah. So when I speak up and I say, look, that's not right, and because you know what followed from that. What follows from that is Tyson Fury killing a female in the ring. What followed from that is men going into female changing room when your 5-year-old daughter's gone in there to go to the toilet. That's what follows from that.
Yeah.
That's the reality. So if you don't nip it in the bud, everything, floodgates are open. That's the reality. And I'm not just hypothesizing. It's true. This guy was going in there. This guy was going, there's transgenders in female jails raping women.
Yeah.
This is all factual.
It's factual, yeah. It's not. I'm not saying what could happen. I'm telling you what has been. It's facts. It's already happened.
So to speak about it and a metard as this and the other, I think for somebody to come at us, are you happy with men going into little girls' changing rooms? That would always be my question. Why are you, coming at us and telling us we're doing this and that when what's wrong with you in there? What's wrong with you for you to be defending this nonsense? What's wrong with you? Could I trust you around my child? Probably not. No. I left it a long time to say this as well, you lot, but don't think I wasn't thinking that, and I could have been so disrespectful and said it there and then. But I'm saying now, anybody that defends some things that are just so crazy like that, I have to question your mentality. I have to.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right. Let me just get back to this. Right. Here we go.
Mixed relays. Yeah.
I'm starting from the bottom and I'll read out. Right. You do know there's a handful of prats who create all this, spread it like blood. Right. I don't know who that is. Blade did in 1997 to cause race upset. Then they feed the haters. Right. What's that? But there is, there's always going to be that, Matt. There's always going to be racial tensions created because everybody getting along it doesn't fit the status quo. You understand?
No, it doesn't.
So I understand.
It definitely, especially in America, it doesn't. The Democrats want that divide. They want that race problem because it gets them more votes. They want to keep the black community in America traditionally vote for the Democrats. Traditionally, right? Regardless what they do. So they want to keep that vote. So they want to call like Trumps and anyone on the right is the Republicans. They want to call them racist. They want to keep that divide going because it keeps them in power. And that's all it is. And it's fucking bullshit. Absolute bullshit. There isn't a massive race divide in America. There's a social divide.
Yeah.
There's an economic divide, but there is in every country. Every country. There is in England an economic divide. It's not a race divide. But when you create, these politicians and these people create a race divide and it suits their agenda. That's it.
The funny thing is,
most black and white people now can get on. There's no issue. We're not going back to the 60s and the Jim Crow days and our days where, black people are looked down upon.
Yeah.
These kids grow up in the same school together.
And they literally...
And that's the difference.
Yeah, I think, especially in America now, a lot of these youngsters, they genuinely, majority, they don't really see color anymore. They don't. Which is not a good thing for the people, the powers that be. And
no.
I think that, racial tensions will always be formulated. But I think now what they're doing with this whole transgender thing it's not the same, but it's almost like, okay, well, this whole new wave will have another us against them type of thing. Do you understand? Because the racial tensions, it's very hard to maintain that with, now everybody's got all the information. For whatever reason, I think people are just getting more up to the times and people are getting along, but there's always a time where they have to throw a spanner in the works. And this transgender thing is, look how the divide is causing, the amount of people that are accepting of it, the other people that are clearly like, no, are you fucking crazy? You're that man ain't going in the top changing room with my daughter. So there's always now people is you understand when
creating a divide. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and we're always doing it. I just don't understand it anymore. Why they want that, but I do understand it because they want to keep power and want to keep people divided, and that's how it is.
Right. I'm going to get to all the comment. Let me just this one, guys. Got to go, but great comments. Nice one, Wally, man. We'll see you
Wally.
next week. You know, I'm going to get through all of them. I'm just clicking on this one. I worry that pedophiles will become normalized. You know, for the last few years, there's been certain things said where they're trying to. Yeah, it is trying to be normalized. I see a woman. Some woman gave a speech the other day. I think it's in America, and she was basically saying, you know, it's a sexual orientation and stuff. Yeah, like so there are people out there that are trying to make it normal, and have been for a while. But yeah, once again, it's something that you know, and some of these sort of things you've got to systematically do it. And to start that would be okay, men in women's changing rooms. If that's okay, that's you know, you've got to start somewhere. You've got to break down some walls first before just going straight into this is normal. So yeah, there are some people that you know are trying to push that as well.
They are
fucking crazy. Right, here we go. What's he got here? They've already attempted to ban that word, Rob. Called something like affection towards young children, some crap like that. So they're trying to get rid of the word pedophile and call it affection towards young children. See what I'm saying? Now the worst thing is we've all got an affection towards, unless you're a monster. Everyone's got an affection to a young kid. If you see a young kid fall over, and an old person, it's you know. So that's the wrong terminology, but now you want to say, "Oh yeah, don't try that shit," because it definitely ain't that.
It's weird, that isn't it? You know, when I walk through a shopping centre, I go on one of my walks and that, and I see a young couple with a young kid or a baby and a cute as. It makes me smile. I look at the kid and go, "They're gorgeous."
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, should I be doing that? Is that looked at as weird?
No, you should do. You should, you know,
what I mean? This is how they get to you.
Yeah.
When they try to make these pedos normal, or make it hard, it's just a disease they've got. You know, it's their orientation. They can't help it. Yes, they fucking can, or we can help it as a society by stopping it.
Yeah.
By locking them up for a fucking long time, but we don't. We don't. We fucking put them on a list. We take their address, and they get fuck all. They're let out on the streets. And when you look at what goes on in Hollywood, you know, with the elites of Hollywood, when you've had Epstein and all that going after young girls, Prince fucking Andrew. No, but they're pedos.
Yeah.
They're not pedos in the sense of young kids, but they're young girls, and that's what they prefer.
Yeah.
But who answers for it? Not enough of them. There's loads more. There's loads more, mate. So, and nobody seems to answer. They'll hang one up to dry, like Epstein, then kill him in the jail.
Yeah, to make sure he doesn't expose everybody else. Yeah, we'll get rid of him.
Let's sort that fucker out.
Let me right. So this one, right, here we go. Mixed relays are okay. 2 women, 2 men. That's fair. Yes, it is. And whichever order they want to run, if you want to put a woman against a man strategically, because you think at the end it will be our man against her woman, that's fine. You know, whatever order you want to do it, whatever. Like, yeah, there's no, for me, I don't think that should be set. The women have got to race against each other. If you want to strategize, I'd love to see that. Do you say women's national side got hammered by a boys' school team? I know they did. Haven't one of the political parties said that they will make it that you will have to play sport in the gender you're born with? I think I saw that. Another thing, Inky, you know, I think last few days where they're saying, the sport and you're born. I think so, Inky. All right, here we go. Agree about the golf geezer, you know, the women being good at the short game.
Yeah. Bloody brilliant.
Newish, 2 women, 2 men in a team. So that's quite a new format.
Yeah.
Right. If Tyson Fury boxed a woman, that would be a unification of the belt.
It sure would. Yeah, the biggest unification ever, wouldn't it? I've got all the women's belts and the men's. It's fucking mental, isn't it?
Inky says, Geezer, I would vote for you.
Thanks, Inky.
Must be some backhanders involved in the Black Lives Matter. Yeah, that's why, you know,
crazy.
Wilfred Zaha, when he said, I'm not kneeling down for this shit.
Yeah.
The good thing about it is no one can't say anything to him. If a white guy done that because he knew he'd done all his research, he's gonna get called racist. Now,
yeah, if I'd have done that, guys, I would have been called a racist and fucking slaughtered.
Yeah, right? Rather than do your fucking research and you'll understand what the fuck.
And look into them.
Yeah.
Ask where the $100 million has gone that's been donated to them. Because nobody still knows where that went. That's died down. But they know where some of it went on buying houses.
Even that was like a racial tensions because, you know, Burnley, the poorest town in bloody England, like they've somehow managed the money to find a plane to fly over their stadium, say, you know, white lives matter. So even that was okay. This will be a black v white thing. You know what I'm saying?
They created that.
Yeah, of course they did. It's another thing.
Anyway, I told you about that girl before. Like she was I think it might over your way, South London geezer. She I'd have to Google this again because everything was. The news about it was kept quiet, really, really quiet, unless you looked. And there was a black girl in South London there who was ahead of the Black Lives Matter London or whatever.
Yeah.
And she got shot in the fucking head.
Yeah.
She was in a coma in a hospital there in South London. Now, the reason they didn't go on about it is because they know, they never caught who did it, but they know he was a black man who did it.
Yeah.
If that had been a white man, that would have been news all over the world.
Yeah.
But they didn't. They kept it quiet. I still don't know what's happened since because I've not seen anything about it.
Yeah.
Whether she's still in a coma, whether she's dead. But she got done. Obviously, that was something to do with the money that was coming in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, and the fact that you're not for the people if you're representing them. So therefore, you're gonna right. Inky, I'm 55, but sometimes I think I'm 21. Does that make me trans ager? Of course it does.
Yeah, absolutely.
The way the thing, you know, that's us. Yes, it is. You're 21, mate, and that's the reality.
You can be that you want.
You can be whatever we say we are. We can be, and like I said, going back to the transgenders in female sport, I would believe you a bit more and respect you a bit more if you went the whole way and removed your penis. Then I think, okay, you seriously are in there. You're a female, not just walking around in the changing room swinging. You understand, with all the women.
But Geezer, if I decided tomorrow to walk around in a dress, wouldn't somebody seriously question my mental health?
They should do.
They should do.
Yeah.
But they're not. They're not with these people. They're promoting it.
Yeah.
I can't understand that. You know what I mean? If I said I was a cat tomorrow, fuck me, you're in. You're getting the white jacket on you, son. You're fucking in. You're not a cat.
Yeah.
Why aren't people questioning their mental health in these days of really recognizing mental health problems? To me, it's a mental health problem. If you're swinging, you've got a swinging cock and balls, and you put a dress on and pretend to be a woman, put some makeup on. Well, mate, I think you need psychiatric help, mate. And I'm being kind.
Yeah.
You know, I'm being considerate. But apparently, no. There's nothing wrong with that.
And then,
isn't there?
And then the person who works in a bar or a pub and who stops you from going in the female toilets, he's the fucking hate person. He's, I'm a woman. Let me in a goddamn women's toilet. Shit. You do know, we read this. Good job. I don't go to town on this. Gets me angry. Good job. I don't go to town on this. Gets me. It does, Mal. You know, and we're talking about not really much football and stuff.
It gets me angry.
It gets me angry as well. And then when people want to advocate for this nonsense against us just speaking sense, you would think, then that gets you even more angry. Like, are you fucking serious? And the thing is, it's all fun and games until, you know, your child or your family member gets put in a predicament where you say, hold on a minute, how could that have happened? Hold on a minute. You understand? You was advocating for this nonsense. They've already attempted to... Oh, sorry, we read that. By Willie. Right, here we go. A village had a tradition of Passover of keys. Blair's lot called it racist because a couple of Asians lived there. They attended and had said nothing against it. Right. So, Tony Blair. Right. So, a village had a tradition of Passover of keys. Blair's lot called it racist because a couple of Asians lived there. They attended and had said nothing against it.
Not sure what that means.
Yeah. So, Tony Blair, Passover keys. Is there any more context to that, Malk? Passover of keys. What about these fetishes where men like to dress up like a baby and the like? Yeah, there's some. Yeah, that's
again. Then maybe they have, but it is a mental issue for me. Nothing else is. It's not normal. That's not normal.
nah.
But like, we're trying to normalize all these things, and it's crazy.
Dress up like.
I mean, crazy.
Right.
Anyway, I'm just about to get my dummy out of the water. I'm in nappy on.
And your nappy. Right. If someone had touched my child when young, I certainly wouldn't be calling the pigs in costumes. It's true. It's
No, exactly, man.
Or and the worst thing is, Mal, it's not even a touch. It's like, let's say, like I said, I wouldn't let my daughter go in the toilet, but I'm saying, let's say she went in at 7 and run out and said, "Oh, I just saw this man's penis." We're gonna have a big problem.
Flying in, wouldn't you?
That's a problem, yeah. So
You'd be flying in, smashing the fuck out of him. Now, but the thing is, with these fucking lefty wankers, you've got parents, and at that swim meet, you had the parent defending his right to go into their kids' changing room.
That's crazy.
Now, that to me is where the problem lies with the parents, that they think that's okay.
Or are they that scared of you're so scared of speaking out that you're going to keep your child in a dangerous situation because you're that scared of being the one person that says this is not right?
Because I had a pedo try to pick me up, geezer, when I was about, I don't know, 13, 14, at Upton Park Station. Some guy come up to me. I was walking past. "Hi, son, do you want? Oh, I've got some muscle names or something like that." He goes, "Well, he had the sweets in the bag. He might have had that as well." But he said, "Oh, when you come back to my house, you can play games or do this." You know, East London, mate, you're a little bit too wise to shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, there's something wrong there. Fuck you, and I just run away from the cunt. But I knew that, this fucking guy's weird. I wouldn't even know the word paedophile then. Wouldn't even know what it meant. I knew he was a fucking weirdo. See you later. I'm off. But some kids aren't that clued up, you know.
I tell you, look, I can't believe I'm saying this. Anyway, so where we used to live, just down the road in Balham, when we had just my eldest son, I think, like about 6 doors up the road, there was a guy who was a pastor, or he's in the church. Black guy, Robert, his name was. Sorry, Robert, but his name was Robert. Yeah. Anyway, I had a dog at the time, a staff, and I used to go and walk her just up the thing, and I noticed that every time I was walking the dog, he would come, and then all of a sudden he's there with his dogs. He had a Rottweiler and then a smaller dog. It was like all the time, like I'm there, and then he turns up there. Then when things start clicking into place, then I'm thinking, I keep seeing young boys going into his house, like all the time, and so then this is what he done, right? So at the time I was probably about 16, but looked probably a bit younger because I always looked a bit younger. So then he would say, like, he would just say to me, "Oh," so look, he'd just be talking and that, and then we go, "Oh, I like you," like, but he's trying to drop it in, and so anyway. I remember a guy that I used to when I used to go to the youth club, he used to work there, but he wasn't a lot older than us. Anyway, Richard, his name is. So he must have saw him one time, and he said he's a fucking batty man. That's what he said. He's a fucking batty man. And I'm thinking, I'm just a bit like, but then anyway, and then he kept saying it. Like every time I used to see him, like it's like almost like he saw me walk past with the dog, so he'd come out. Then one time we was at the top of the road, and I must have come back with the dog, and then he said something, and he was like, oh, because you know I like you. And then I thought, nah. I said, what kind of like is it? And at the time, coincidentally, my missus walked out. He said, "Oh, is that your girlfriend?" He's me, yeah. He went, "I like you more than she does." I was like, "Oh my fucking days, you!" And then
you're in there, sir.
So then I thought, all them young boys going into your house, you're doing, and you're maybe just abusing your position in the church. Yeah, he was a pastor. Fucking disgusting. Wow. Yeah, like the way he was like I said, he could. I mean, because I had a child, he probably assumed, but like I looked very, very young as well, so. He clearly was into young boys. You understand? But with me, he was like stalking me almost, because I didn't think, because it was like, oh shit, I'm walking the dog. All of a sudden, he turns up in a, it was regular, and then he dropped it. It's like, like a slow process. Oh, I like you, but he would just drop it in the conversation, like, like, he just the water. Yeah, like fucking.
He says in the water, mate. That's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah. After that,
you must look like a raven. Did you look like a right gay boy?
No, he's just a sweet boy.
Did you have a little French poodle on the end of that leash?
I had a fucking staff as well. Right, huge back in my millions who want to control us. Back all the protests. Yeah, exactly. All these protests. Yeah, you'll have paid people there. All of these big YouTube channels that speak out about certain things, they'll have paid people in the chat to shut them down and you understand, like, go against what they're saying as if it's the majority. Wouldn't be so bad, but that criminal Floyd was a criminal. He even threatened a pregnant woman, him and his friends, the druggie.
He did, He did, He put a knife to her stomach. Got done with that. Floyd was a bag of shit. As simple as that. He was a fucking born criminal. He was a druggy, fucked up fucking bag of shit. What the copper did to him was fucking wrong. That's it. Fucking well wrong. But when you see enough of what goes on in America and how the coppers, fuck's sake, I don't know how they do their job, mate. Every time they pull over somebody, they're fucking pulling guns out on them and shooting them and fucking what? Yeah, it's mental what goes on in America every fucking day, every day. But the copper was out of all of what he did, no doubt, and he banged up for it. It was done. But for that to take hold of and then to burn every fucking house down and every business down and loot and rob and kill, there was about 20 odd people killed after that. Yeah, mainly white people, but nobody give a fuck about them. It was all about Floyd because BLM was fucking pushing it, promoting the protest, promoting the riots, and getting donations for it, which is added up to over $100 million. But to suggest because of that white coppers are killing black people all over America was nonsense. It was absolutely lies. I've seen all the stats. More white people were killed by coppers by far than black people. By far. When you talk about 70% of the violent crime in America is done by black people. And they're only 13% of the population. So there's a disparity there, that shouldn't be. And when you see black on black crime in America, most black people are killed by other black people because of the gang situation in America.
Which is also...
But nobody wants to talk about that. The Democrats don't want to talk about that. But it's something... When you see these black YouTubers who do want to talk about it, he said, that is our problem. We keep killing each other. We've got to stop. We've got to stop that. But that's not the main topic. But it should be a main topic. Because it's not good for any community if you're killing each other.
Do you know what's funny? Do you know what you're going to think I'm a bit, not crazy, but remember I said to you that out on you've seen the house, like on the kitchen, when I'm washing up and I throw food out onto the roof, and initially it was like bread, a lot of bread, and the pigeons, loads of wood pigeons. Then when I clean the chicken, I always cut off the skin and all of that. rather than put it in the bin, because after a day that stinks, I throw it out there. So anyway, I was getting seagulls and crows and that. Now it's funny that we're talking about, you know, as a metaphor. So basically, seagulls was landing on my roof, taking the chicken and all the chicken skin, all that. Crows. Anyway, what's happened on my roof? Yeah, it's crazy because I now I'm watching it. There's like a war. So the crows, the two
You
crows,
created.
yeah,
You created.
there's a couple of crows. Yeah, they're obviously partners. They monopolize their roof. Now,
Yeah.
what's happened is they sit strategically. Anytime the seagulls will float around and that, and soon as they try and I seen them in the skies fighting. The other day, they crashed into one and it fell into my neighbor's garden. It was, you know, the seagull. So it's like, I'm thinking it's almost like, you know, seagulls are white, the crows are black. But what I've noticed, is that today, like in the evening, like another crow came. They didn't have no issue with that other. It sort of stayed back, but it didn't come on the roof. But they had no issue. The pigeons, when they land, I saw today when I threw the bread out, they're fighting with each other, and it's like society. It's like pigeons. I've thrown so much bread out there. You're fighting with each other. Whilst you're fighting, the crow's gonna come and you are gonna all fuck off, right? The crows, unlike black people that you said, they're always, you know, killing each other and that. These crows are unified and with sticking together and that they're controlling this. And you've got much more seagulls, but these two crows are keeping them all away. You understand? They're just unified. It's crazy out there. It is an amazing
metaphor. But the crows here, especially, they are the smartest bird here. I think in Australia.
Very smart. Yeah,
they're
crazy.
Smart as fuck, man. They know. They know when to run, when to fucking fight. They're really smart as fuck, man. They're protected here in Australia because all that roadkill we get here. You know, not the big trucks knocking over kangaroos or wild pigs. The crows clean that up, mate.
Yeah,
that's that's their food source. They'll clean that right up, mate. Don't worry about that. Don't have to worry about it. No, they're really smart bird, crows.
Do you know what I've noticed? 'Cause obviously, I spend a lot of time in the house now, so I watch them. So chicken skin. So when let's say I got chicken thighs, I cut the skin off and all the little bits and the fat and that you don't want. That's more nutritional for them. So when I throw it all out on the roof, boom. They fiddle through it. They take the, you know, like the bits with more guts and blood, and they'll eat that first. The skin, you know, the big bit of skin. Okay, we'll have that eventually. Then when I throw out chicken bones, they will stand 1 foot on the bone and pick off the meat that's left on the bone, right? Then when their food is scarce and out there is just the old bones, they would then go and get the marrow out of the bones. You know, like, yeah, they're fucking smart.
They're smart.
Yeah.
Two smartest birds I've found here in Australia have been the crows and the magpies, right?
Yeah.
Really, really smart. And I see a video on there of these crows in Asia. It was in Asia somewhere. But there was these nuts falling from a tree and they couldn't break into the nut.
Yeah.
So what they do, they worked out the light system with the cars. So they'd wait for it to turn red, the cars would stop. They'd walk out with the nut on the beak, put it in front of the car, and then come back to the curb.
Yep.
Wait for the lights to change. The cars would run over it, smash it, and then when it went back to red and the car stopped, they'd walk out and get the nut that they'd smashed. Smart as fuck.
Smart, very, very smart.
Really know that shit.
They're smart enough to, you know, obviously they're cautious at first, and when, you know, normally I've got to lift up the window to throw stuff out, and they normally fly away. But now they kind of realize. So I know if I just do it gradually, they know food. It's almost like they know the time, because a lot of the time, like at night, if I go downstairs now and there's food, I don't leave food out. You know, like I say to my son, if you leave like chicken bones and that, I just put it in the microwave so it's not out on the side. You understand? And then in the morning, I'll throw it out there. But it's almost like they know the morning. He's probably got something for us.
They know.
They come there, they wait. And now if I lift up the thing slowly, the window, they won't fly away. They're cautious, but they know, listen, he's come to feed us.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, yeah.
You'll find out here with crows, they're very cautious of you, but they don't, when they work out you're not a threat.
Yeah.
They won't fuck off. Same as the magpies here. And that's why when I walk around the garden now, I've got one certain magpie here that I filmed the other day that sat right here. And talk to him. I say, all right, Maggie, how you doing? Every day.
Yeah.
Because the scientists have worked out that they can recognise up to 50 faces.
Wow.
And they know which one's a threat and which is not. And I can walk past that magpie 2 meters away from me. He won't move. He'll just walk about. He sees I'm no threat.
Yeah.
And I'll throw him that. Even though I throw him out some bread, he looks at it and goes, fuck, is that it?
Exactly.
I want a bit more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, gets a bit bored with the bread. But they're so smart, the magpies, you know,
Yeah.
that they know who's a threat and who's not. They're quite comfortable around you. I walk past him in the garden. He doesn't move. He just walks about. He's not flying off. The crows are a little bit more cautious. Right? They're sort of, they know you're half a threat, but not a threat. You know, they know they're very, but they're very smart birds.
Right. Sorry, you lot in the chat. Inky says, fuck it. I'm 67. Can I have my pension? It's true. You can be what you want to be in this. It's 2024. From the Channel to the Irish Sea, England will be free. Is that a lyric? What is that? Good one, Mount. What is that? Is that a lyric?
Well, it's that fucking chant them fucking idiots use at the unis about.
Oh,
from the river to the sea.
Yeah.
They don't even know what they're talking about. What they're talking about, that what they don't realise, from the Jordan River to the Mediterranean Sea, is annihilate all Jews in Israel. They're talking genocide, and they don't even know they're talking genocide. They don't know what river it is. They don't know what sea it is. They're just fucking
singing the song and jumping on the bandwagon.
They're just, you know what I mean? Repeat, like a monkey see, monkey do. You know that old thing where the monkeys will copy what you do.
Yeah,
they'll copy it, and don't understand it, but they copy it, and that's what these fucking idiots at these unis do. They copy what the others are doing, and the thing is, especially these universities in America, you've got Antifa going in there. You've got organised groups that have nothing to do with that university, and these fucking mainly white privileged kids are there with their little fucking Palestinian flag and fucking idiots, man. You know what I mean? Universities probably cost them $100 grand a year, their parents, and they're there doing that.
Exactly. Right, I can't remember what, mate, but it was yearly tradition for sorry, Mark, I know I'm behind. What was the yearly tradition for about 100 years? What did we speak about?
Oh, we come back to the handing over the keys. Was that Is that keys to the house going down in?
Yeah, that's what I thought he was talking about. Passing over the keys. That's what I thought. Oh, Robert says the pastors, they're the worst. The pastors. Yeah. Clearly had a type. Aaron, you can ring my bell. No,
you can ring my bell. Ring my bell. Who's that?
I know the song.
I know because I had it.
Who sang that song? Robert will know.
Oh, Sophie, no. Oh, you can have to tell us now, can't he? Ring my bell. Great track.
Anyone notice the guy in white t-shirt put something on a shelf on the right, walking in, then minutes later, druggie swooped down and picked it up, so he had drugs on him. What's that from? What's that from? The guy in a white t-shirt put something on a shelf. Is that from? That's not from nothing to do with George Floyd, is it? Something on a shelf on the right, walking in. The minute later, druggie swooped down and picked it up, so he had drugs on him. Guy in a white t-shirt. What is that from? What was he talking about? Maybe it's got to be talking about George Floyd. Maybe when he got arrested. Mark says, well, I'm 69, Inky, and my sex life has changed position. Robert says, all the corvids are smart.
They're corvids, are they? The type of bird is a corvid.
So magpies and crows, do they fall under the same? That's corvids.
Maybe, because they are smart. My favourite is the magpie because it's got a beautiful sound. The crows are annoying with the screech they make. But the magpie's got a nice sound, as you've heard here many times. Yeah. But they've got a nice bird song too.
Right, he's put they're intelligent and sociable birds. They are, crows. They are well known to use tools in that.
Yeah.
What's this? Anita Ward. Anita Ward. Oh, Anita
Ward. I don't know. No, that didn't. That's not. I had in my head, Mal, Anita Ward. Maybe you're right.
I know the song. Let me Google it.
Ring my bell. Is it Anita Ward? I remember the name Anita Ward.
Yeah, Anita
I
Ward.
thought it was someone else. That's all. There you go.
What year was that song?
But I'm gonna say Malk's right.
1979. 1979.
79. Yeah.
Right. Anita Ward. They are thought to have the brains of a 7-year-old. Crows.
Right. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me because they are smart. Very, very smart bird.
Get a taxi, catch up, man. I'm caught up now. Anita Ward sung "You Can Ring My Bell." Yeah.
Was Anita Ward? Okay.
Was
That's someone else in my head there. There you go.
Right, you lot. We're gonna finish in 5 minutes because that'll be 2 hours. We've spoke. I don't mind speaking. You know, there ain't nothing. I don't like talking for the sake of it, but we spoke today, and it's something that I wanted to get off my chest. In regards to what happened on this channel, where me and Geezer was called these names for no reason. So I knew I'd always address it. You know.
Yeah. The annoying part was we didn't have a problem with Harmony. I don't know if Harmony's a transgender herself.
Yeah.
I haven't got a clue whether that's why she reacted in that way. But we never had a problem before. But she didn't like our opinions on trying to defend women's sports. But
yeah.
That's life. And I don't think we've been on with Stu since.
No.
So that tells you something.
Yeah, when obviously, like, you know, Wally has said, people pushing back now against it because obviously it should never have been. We should never have got to this in the first place.
It shouldn't be an issue. It should not have been an issue.
No.
Certain countries and certain states make it an issue.
So Malk's got that song.
Which again is another way to divide people and their opinions.
Yeah. Malk says, "I've got it. I collect Motown Soul." So
do you? Yeah, I was a fan, Malk, a bit of Motown Soul. Not that I can remember anything from back then.
Not that you can remember Anita Ward and Ring My Bell.
But I will say this, right? That's if you're in the Motown Soul, Malk, that Ren I talk about, right? He's fucking out there. This guy, I think he's complete genius myself. And a relatively new artist in the last couple of years who suffers from Lyme's disease and had major problems in his life with the disease that was misdiagnosed. But he done a song about 4 months ago, and it's called Back on 74, Message in a Bottle.
Yeah. It's
a remake of 2 songs that he's mixed. And it's on YouTube, right? It's Back on 74 will get you there. Message in a Bottle. And the 2 black girl singers he's got with him, my God. They bring me back to the 70s, man. What voices they've got. And this is a live take when they do this. It's in a pub in Brighton, actually, where they film it. Not that you know, it's like a club. But it's just him, the bass player, and the 2 girls. And it's brilliant. Malcolm, if you like Motown Soul, you'd like this song. I mean, you should look it up. Say, it's called Back on 74. That was done only a couple of years ago or a year ago by a guy called a band called Jungle. But watch the Ren cover of this. I think it's really good. I think you'd like it.
So yeah, when Geezer spoke about it last, afterwards, I after the stream, I watched it, and I can confirm quality.
Did you like it?
Yeah. Look, Inky says, "Fucking love Ren, one of my favorites." Corrected himself.
All right, there you go, Inky. So Inky, have you seen Back on 74?
Yeah, he would have seen that or heard that. Right. Oh, Malk says heard it, but music died partway through the 80s, like the odd ones. Heard it. So he's talking about he's heard the Ren one, Ren's version.
I hope so. I just think it's a great. I think it's just a good fun. Nice track, man. It's just the girls especially just brought me back memories of that Motown time, and 2 black backup singers who are just fucking singers on their own. I mean, these girls, I have no doubt they could fucking be the front person of a band and be brilliant because their voices are so
one
good.
Take as well.
One take. They done it in one take. One No, I don't know. I don't think they did it in one take, but they weren't gonna produce it until it was done in one take.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
might
That's what I'm
take them
saying.
3 or 4.
That
you know,
was
5,
one
6.
take. That one. Yeah.
Yeah,
They done it
and
straight
it's
through.
brilliant.
Hold on. Was Message in a Bottle? Was that Sting? Was it
Yeah,
Sting?
well,
It was Sting. Yeah, yeah.
Police. Yeah, it was Sting.
Police.
Yeah,
That's it. Police. Yeah.
because Ren's a big fan of Sting. See, so that's why even though I don't think he done enough of it at the end, he brought in Message in a Bottle. But if you listen to the beginning of that song, you can hear the Message in a Bottle riff in the background of it. What he's playing on the guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Police as a group, was any of their other, apart from Sting, are they like known? Did any of them have solo careers or no? Because they was instrumental.
I think the other boy on the bass he went into music production. I think he had a big career in that.
Okay.
Doing that stuff. Not a solo career like Sting did.
Yeah.
But Sting was amazing. I've got an album of Sting's here. I think it's unbelievable. But
all right, you look. Before we go, I didn't screenshot it. You know, like on Facebook, they just post like random stuff. But somebody post on there lyrics to Bruce Springsteen's, and he's talking about a young girl or something, and then people's like, you know, like they're basically saying this is like almost pedophilic what you're saying. I don't know what the song was. It was Bruce Springsteen. It was something about young girl. Do you like me more than your daddy or something like? Yeah. This was like last week, so I was thinking, oh shit, like. But some people, you go in the comments, people, yeah, I've always known Bruce. Yeah, so I don't know if you lot know the song, Bruce Springsteen. But yeah, I don't know if you've heard. Yeah, what they were trying to imply is that he's very one sec.
I'd be surprised if that's a thing.
Springsteen.
I would have thought he would have been Brucey would be an all-American Christian guy. I wouldn't have thought he'd be like that, but nothing surprising.
Yeah, so they just put a certain part of the lyrics. You know, when you just some random shit, and the lyrics was a bit like, okay.
But you could do that with Sting, you know, because Sting was a teacher.
Yeah.
Before he became a star, and that was that song. Don't get so close. Don't get so close to me. That was about girls while he was a teacher. Coming onto it.
Okay. Yeah, so he's saying, don't get so close.
Don't get so close to me. You know what I mean? It was
Bruce Springsteen's one was more get close to me.
if you want to read into it,
who sung the song? Oi, teacher, leave those kids alone. Who's that? Who sings that song? All in all, it's just another brick in the wall. Is that
Brick in the Wall? What?
Brick in the Wall, yeah, Brick in the Wall. Who sings
Pink Floyd.
Oh, Pink Floyd. Okay, yeah, I was just wondering who sings that. I've downloaded. All right, he said he's downloaded most of his music.
Right,
he says, "Have a listen to Money."
That's one song I haven't listened to yet, Gazer. To tell you what, Dingy, the fucking tale of Jenny and Screech, isn't that a fucking roller coaster? Fucking Jenny and Screech by Ren, it's fucking mental, mate. Really, you want to watch that? Fucking hell. Get you thinking.
Look, these that was bang on it. Pink Floyd, so they knew straight away. Oh, yeah, teacher. I always thought they could just change that to. Oh, see, like on Facebook again, I watch a lot of them. I don't know if you've seen them. You know, like these paedophile stings. You know, like they catch these.
Yeah, I don't watch it.
No, I don't
see them come up on my feed, but I don't watch it. I
don't like it when it's like vulnerable people. Like I like it when it's people that are trying like defending. Like no, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, they could just change the lyrics. Oh, pedo, leave those kids. Like that Heavy California by Jungle sounds a bit 70s. Like that Heavy California by Jungle sounds a bit 70s.
Yeah, it's very 70s, I think. I mean, in that song, but back on 74, to me, it's just reminded me of the 70s and that. Maybe that Motown, maybe that soul. Was great.
Another good one, Giza, says Inky. Big up Darren Higgins. Darren, I know it must be the time you're on, but yeah, I hate it that we have to go when you just join. But yeah, It's been a long time, man. I don't know what's the time in Thailand.
Yeah, he would have just got out of bed, Darren, I'd say, because they're a few hours behind me. So
Lola Kinks is Kieran's favorite. Lola Kinks, who's that? Oh, is that a song?
Lola by the Kinks.
Oh, by the Kinks.
I think that's what it's.
Is there lyrics in there that's a bit questionable? How you doing, Darren? Yeah, right. So you lot, listen, this has been longer than I thought it would. I didn't think we'd have too much to talk about, but
No, we've gone down the road here, boy.
yeah, I'm glad because I don't want to come on, and I do want to come on, but I don't want to come and we ain't got nothing to talk about. So I'm glad that we did have something to talk about. It's 6:20 in Thailand.
Yeah, it's early there, Darren.
Early, but Darren, I'm glad you could pop in. Genuinely.
He's 3 hours behind me. Darren. Yeah.
Oh, right. Any final words before we end? Because it's gone over 2 hours.
Well, we see what Scotland was about tonight. Goes come back to football right at the end. No. And now we got to watch the bullshit with England with their rainbow fucking band on the captain's armband. Apart from that,
it's
I'm not that forward.
Serbia, isn't it? Serbia's first game. Yeah, I would love to see England win a major tournament. I can't see it being this one, but hopefully he surprises me. I've never seen England win anything, so but I won't hold my breath. We always go into these tournaments and with some sort of optimism, and it never happens, does it? So Euro.
Yeah, there is optimism there. I mean, once you get the qualifying bullshit over with, then the tournament starts, doesn't it? It doesn't start to the knockout stages, to me.
Yeah.
I mean, England always have a fucking piss easy group. They have piss easy qualifying. They have a piss easy group to get through. And with the players they've got, they should fly through it. And then we'll see. Then the knockout stages come, and then it might get exciting. So yeah, Germany are a force. France are a force.
Portugal, I think, are a force.
Portugal, maybe. Spain, maybe. So yeah, then it'll get interesting. But until you get rid of all the deadwood, to me, it's just quite boring.
The right is rising. Patriots on the move. What is that?
I don't know. Gee, I'll tell you one more, just to finish here. If we're talking about the music thing, I don't know if that's the right is rising. Patriots, so that's us. We're the right guys. We're on the right.
Yeah.
Poets and priests and politicians, right, have words to say for their positions. I always loved that lyric. Always.
Poets and priests and politicians
have words to say for their positions.
Whose lyric is that?
Yeah, exactly. That's my question. Now, Inky and Malk are in there, glued up on all their music. Who wrote that lyric? And what song?
Robert will know. I think we've got the team.
Yeah.
I think we've got the team, but not the manager. I hope he proves me wrong. Yeah, same here, Inky. I'm still not sure defensively, though. A couple of injuries or even one injury could be in trouble. Final words. Money can't buy life. Bob Marley. Right.
There's a lyric. There you go.
Right. So just to answer Kieran's question, whose lyric is that?
Poets and priests and politicians have words to say for their positions.
Right. So Malk says no clue.
No clue. No.
Is it like a big song?
We've spoke about him very recently here now, a few minutes ago.
Sting.
Yeah. What song?
Is it Sting?
Well, it's the Police.
Oh, the Police. I don't know their songs though. I know Message in the Bottle.
The worst title song ever.
Oh shit. Come on, Robert. It will be Pussy versus but it will be Pussy versus Cocky tonight. What's that? Yeah, what's this song he's talking about? Robert, surely. I want to know the title. Yeah, I want to know the title as well. Is it a good song?
It was at the time, yeah, big song. Even though it sounds crazy, the title, but it was a big hit for the Police.
Mark says, I don't like them. I've got a different Police record.
They're not getting it.
Yeah, they're not getting it. What is this? What's the song?
The do 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 da da da.
I know that song. I know
Yeah,
that
you
song.
know.
Oh shit!
Big song. Do do do. Da 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 da.
Is that the title of the song as well?
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the title.
You know, as soon as you said it, like, yeah, just growing up, there's certain song. Oh shit!
Poets and priests and politicians have words to say for their positions. I always love that lyric because it's true. Because it's true. They have to say something. They have words to say.
Yeah.
And most of it's bollocks. All of them. Apart from the poet.
I want to, you know what, I was trying to, that song would just be like nostalgic for me. As soon as you said that, I remember it. Police. Are they called The Police? Or Police?
The Police, yeah.
Police. Yeah, that's the name of the song. Do da. Yeah.
Do da da da.
I'm gonna watch it after. Because then that would just be like, yeah, I remember, yeah, that part. I don't remember the lyrics that you said. I just remember that the chorus when I was growing up. But once I listened to it, then yeah, the melody of the actual verses will come back to me. Giza, it's 11 minutes long on YouTube. Something's 11 minutes long on YouTube.
Which bit? The Jenny and Screech or fucking?
Oh, so Inky knew the Police, Poets, Priests, and Politics. So he knew.
All right, Inky. Well, that's up.
All right. Something's 11 minutes long on YouTube. Right, here we go. It's all I want to say to you.
That's the next lyric. Yeah.
That bit sounds more familiar. Yeah. Every night I go to sleep, I have a wet dream. Lie down, girl. Let me push it. Up. Lie down. You must know that. Who's that?
I do know that lyric. Yeah, that was what's his name again? We talked about Judge Dredd last week.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it that cocky, pushy?
Yeah, that was one of them. Yeah.
Every night I go to sleep, I have a wet dream. Lie down, girl. Let me push it up. Lie down. You must.
Yeah.
I thought it must be this one from that cocky and pussy. Big Six.
Big Six, that's it. Or the Big Seven, or yeah, that's it, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, right. That was mental.
As soon as we get the stream, I'm gonna play the do da the do. Yeah, that's a crazy title, isn't it? But it's been fun as always. More fun than I thought this week because I didn't think we'd have much to talk about. We had loads.
Don't miss Alabama.
Yeah. The truck.
Well done, girl. Well done, Biggin.
Biggin. You look, after when we come back next Friday, we'll speak about England's. I'm assuming they'll only have played one game, but it might be two. I don't know about the fixture list, but yeah, we'll have more to talk about in regards to the Euros. Who looks good, who don't, who looks disappointing. No, it's Max. Oh no, it's Max Romeo, Wet Dream. So Max Romeo's his lyrics for that song. Max Romeo,
is it? All right. What are you talking about?
Yeah. It's been emotional. So you lot
fucking right. Yeah. Back next week for the best political channel on the internet.
As long as YouTube don't ban us for hate speech or misinformation or hate speech, we'll be back next Friday at 10 p.m. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely. Well done, boys. I'm glad they were here. For fuck's sake, they're not the fucking do, were they?
Yeah, exactly.
No transgenders and women's sports.
Yeah. All right, see you lot next Friday. Later.
See you later, boys. All the best.
Later.